Hello everyone, this is PNG Tonight. Here then is what we have. Police Commissioner Mbaki heads a joint task force to deal with threats of disruption to services by union bodies. A terminal of frustrated domestic travellers at Jackson's over cancellation of flights. And good news for police officers when it comes to medical and life insurance. We begin with a report on the opposition-sponsored vote of no confidence in Prime Minister Peter O'Neill. Since the Supreme Court ruling on Tuesday for Parliament to be recalled, the opposition has urged other members to join ranks and has gone into camp to count its numbers. The government says its numbers are intact, the ruling PNG party alone with well over the majority, and together with coalition partners, it remains solid. Calvin Casper reports.
The government has been silent about its numerical strength, but has maintained all along that it still has the Parliament's majority support to complete its term. Tomorrow, Prime Minister Peter O'Neill's rule will hang in the balance when Parliament resumes at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The opposition has joined a chorus of anti-government protests hell-bent in removing Mr. O'Neill and his government. The deputy opposition leader, Sam Basil, says his bloc is pursuing a no-confidence motion against the Prime Minister because the country cannot wait for the elections next year. The motion of no confidence and its possible subsequent vote was supposed to take place on June the 8th, but Parliament adjourned abruptly following the police shooting of University of Papua New Guinea students who were trying to march in support of it. Sam Basil told Radio New Zealand, with universities shut down by protests and other services threatening to strike if Prime Minister Peter O'Neill does not step down, Papua New Guinea is in crisis and cannot wait another year.
I think the current situation in Papua New Guinea is crying out for a change. O'Neill is a fighter. He will not go down without fighting. But we are very adamant that he's done enough damage to this country and he has to go. Papua New Guineans all over are now asking for Prime Minister to step down.
The opposition also says it is confident of mustering the required 56 members to support the vote. Mr. Basil says he believes a no-confidence motion in Prime Minister O'Neill will be successful despite not knowing whether his bloc has the numbers. Mr. Basil told Radio New Zealand it won't be clear whether the 15-member opposition will have the numbers, as each side is still trying to rally enough support.
In PNG politics, it's always determined at the 11th hour, and people are talking, and I cannot deny that. Members in government are talking to the opposition, and not to the opposition, but let's go by party base. All political parties are talking to each other right now.
Mr. Basil says he suspects money may be involved in some deals to influence members of Parliament, although he has no first-hand evidence. PNG Tonight is aware of political talks and strategizing within and between political parties, but much of it has been ongoing behind closed doors. But at least 2 political leaders have come out calling for political stability and pledging their support for Prime Minister Peter O'Neill. They include Enga Governor Sir Peter Ipatas and Ben Micah, the leader of one of the government's coalition partners, the People's Progress Party. Sir Peter says numbers of the People's National Congress Party and its coalition partners remain intact. Mr. Micah, while pledging his party's support towards the current coalition, says a lot of tragedy has occurred in the past months, calling on Parliament to address these pressing issues in the country.
Calvin Casper with that report. In a statement this afternoon, the Prime Minister urged Papua New Guineans across the country to appreciate political stability, a prerequisite to future progress. Peter O'Neill said that and sound economic management have been delivered by the government over the last 4 years. It is this achievement that has enabled PNG's first LNG to become operational ahead of schedule, and work on the second begins next year. The Prime Minister said they and others are a result of political stability. PNG Tonight. More after the break.